Before we get into today's video, yes, I know my hair is clapped. You don't have to remind me in the comments. Hello everyone, my name is Sam and welcome back to SMS Weekly, and yeah, we're gonna do something different today. So within the wilderness of YouTube, there is one video inside my channel which is listed as unlisted. What's a weird way to say that? Listed as unlisted. So it is basically a research video that I did around October of 2019 when the world was a healthier place and bats weren't a thing. So today what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna look at the video and pretty much review how I did. Before we get into it, a few things. Number one, that video is about my research paper as a whole, what I learned from it, and how I would like to approach research papers differently in the future. The second part is the fact that I haven't actually watched it since I submitted the thing, so it's gonna be quite nostalgic for me as well. So yeah, it's actually gonna be interesting how I go about it. So let's just get right into it. And before we do, if you're new here, I'll put my quarantine playlist out there so you can check my previous videos out after you watch this one. And don't forget to annihilate that like button, click subscribe if you're new here, and turn on those post notifications so that you don't miss any of my future uploads, and share this video with your friends. And yeah, we'll get right into it. So we've actually reached the research paper page, and this is pretty much like this wasn't necessary. All I have to do is pretty much post it and submit it. But being a YouTuber, I wouldn't call myself a YouTuber, but content poster that I was, I actually added a description. I pretty much took on my description and added this. This is pretty much my name, my English class, and I pretty much remember this was a night like theme, and I actually turned it into like a sunrise sunset theme. So I was kind of proud of it. And I pretty much added the tags as well. I should have ended end screens in class. I don't know why I didn't add that. I could have just ended that. I'm pretty much fooled the teacher up. I don't know why I didn't. Anyways, we're gonna play the video, pretty much load it up to the end, try to make sure the internet doesn't up. And yeah, we'll get right into it.
Hi, my name is C3.
Hi. You're starting off a formal research video with hi. And I got 20 out of 20 with this. It's gonna be good.
And today I would like to talk about a research paper that I wrote recently. So a few weeks ago, I started on this research paper about the future of work. So now I would like to analyze my research paper. So first up, I would like to talk about why I chose the future of work as the topic, what I learned from it, and how I would like to approach research papers differently in the future. So first,
okay, I paused the wrong time, but hear me out for a second. Number one, this was 4 months after I turned 17. This is 11 months after I turned 17. College and university actually had an impact on me. Like that, look at that. The hairline, the hair was so smooth. The face was so smooth. This is clapped. This isn't. And this video is unlisted. This video is gonna go public. Like I look so clapped compared to this. And number two, yes, you just realized the fact that I'm now in separate rooms. And that is because after college, I actually had to move out of my other room because my visa expired and I can't keep rooms. And the fact that my residence management kicked me out. And yeah, so that's how I ended up in a different room. Pretty much, it's much smaller than that room. Like that room was so spacious. I actually miss it. Like this is pure nostalgia. Okay, I've talked enough. We're just gonna get back into it.
first up, I would like to talk about why I chose future of work of all topics.
Of all topics. Low key putting the heart in there. Why am I laughing? I got 20 out of 20. Past me is gonna tell me to sit down.
So it is not that commonly talked about issue in society, but it is kind of a serious issue
Did you
because
just realize there's like a transition there? I'll show you back.
only talked about issue in society, but
Smooth transition in terms of sound. Usually I struggle with transitions. That transition was spot on.
it is kind of a serious issue because sooner or later the Industrial Revolution will arrive, and things such as technology, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, they will be fully integrated into our work environment.
The hand signals, they never change.
Resulting in some jobs being fully automated and hence going extinct. That will result in jobless people, and those jobless people won't stay jobless for a really long time. They will compete for jobs, which effectively results in more people competing for comparatively few amount of jobs. And these are the problems that could rise. I explained in depth in my research, and solutions for that, it's not going to happen over.
Remember how I said that this transitions were smooth? this visual wasn't, that video transition wasn't. Like basically because our teacher said like the video had to be under 5 minutes. So my video at the end was like about 5 minutes and 10 seconds. So what I did after that is I tried to cut off every single little part where I wasn't speaking. So I had to make sure the audio was on point. Like I didn't care about the visuals. All I had to do is get the audio on point, and pretty much I forgot to edit most of the visuals, which was pretty much why most of them didn't go that smoothly. And I remember like editing this video, like my Premiere Pro in my computer was completely so what I had to do is I had to go to my university, to my IT lab, and pretty much take a computer in there, open Premiere Pro, and edit this. And I remember it's like 5:30. I was the only one left in the entire IT lab, and I was like, I thought it was gonna close at like 6 or something. So pretty much I was editing quite fast and pretty much exporting, hoping that it finishes before 6. So yeah, we're just gonna continue anyway. I talked enough.
Overnight, sometimes it takes 1 year, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. It could take even more. As they say, prevention is better than cure. So it's better to start now than wait for later. Because if we start when the Industrial Revolution finally arrives, we are probably 3, maybe 4 years late in our progress, which is not ideal. And that is why I chose this topic, to get good info on how it is and read through some really good sources and try to gain some knowledge basically. Another thing that helped me is I have to decide my university major in about 3-4 months. So it kind of gives me an inside scoop and inside knowledge of how the workplace could operate by the time I graduate. So it gives me an edge compared to other people on deciding my career. And
that's a load of bollocks. If you haven't noticed, that is a load of bollocks. Basically, my major was pretty much decided. Like this was after I had to enroll for university. So pretty much I had to decide in 3 to 4 months. I've decided 3 to 4 days ago. Oh, there's a lot of bullshit. It's like I'm not gonna point out every single one. This is the biggest one.
And that is basically a crucial edge, so to speak, because in the long run, it could benefit me. So that is another reason why I chose that topic. Overall, I would say the research paper was pretty successful. The fact that we had to use this structure, SPSE, which is basically situation, problem, solution, evaluation, gives me that structure that I want to work into. So basically it was a well organized and structured research paper. And also another thing that I have to consider here is I had to recall a lot of the stuff that I learned from unit 1 as well as earlier unit 2. For example, citing, paraphrasing, writing an outline, the Thiel structure, everything has to be recalled back into this research paper.
I don't know why I paused. I don't know why I paused. I thought I was gonna say something, but I actually wasn't. I just can't. Then I continue.
But as well as the research outline. So it was killing 2 birds with 1 stone basically, gaining myself knowledge about the future of work, how it could shape up, as well as brushing up the skills that I learned in English and Mafi. Because these skills, you will need them later on when I attend university. I will need these skills when I write research papers. So
the citation method used in university was APA. The citation used now is IEEE. And they are under the same group. Like basically the foundation unit that I attended is basically the same one as the university I'm currently attending. They don't use the same citation method. It's absolute bollocks. I'm telling you, it's absolute bollocks.
It's not a bad thing actually. It's more beneficial than I actually thought it would
Facial
be.
expressions on point.
That I faced while doing the research paper was finding the credible sources, because the internet, it is a big place. There will be credible sources as well as non-credible ones. So it's our job to differentiate from the credibles to the non-credibles. There will be people with established backgrounds posting. There will be people who have no correlation with the field whatsoever posting it just to earn money. So it's our job to differentiate between the two. It's time consuming. It's first-hand experience. It took me about 2 to 3 days to differentiate all my sources between the credible ones and non-credible ones. And the moment I got past that...
That's a lie. That's a lie. I never did that. I just took the sources. As long as it doesn't end in some weird I just took it and put it as a source. Because you only find the credible sources. The restriction that we had was the fact that we could not use more than 1 citing per source. So pretty much, and we need at least 3 sources per paragraph. So pretty much our references is like over 20 references. So basically, who's gonna spend the time actually going through every single one of them, making sure which one is credible and which one's not? We're not gonna do it, but it actually adds to the video, doesn't it? So that's why I had to do it. This video is basically exposing myself 7 months after I did this video, so yeah.
The research paper was quite smooth, so that process, you can't write a research without doing it because you don't want to be citing non-credible sources. You just have to do it, and that is pretty time consuming, so that is one of the challenges that I faced. Another problem that I faced while doing this research paper was I did too much reading, and not in a way that it's bad, because reading is not bad at all, but there comes a certain point where you go over that limit. It becomes a serious problem,
kept the hand
because
signals.
I had about this much info that I didn't end up using in the research paper. I mean, it's never bad to have a bit of info that went unnoticed, but to go.
Oh, my editing was so bad. Like that editing part was so bad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how I got 20 out of 20 with this though. I genuinely don't know how I got 20 out of 20 with this. But it started off smooth. Like editing, like the first part was so smooth. Now this one's just bad. I'll show you.
In the research paper. I mean, it's never bad to have a bit of info that went unnoticed, but.
Oh, nah.
To get this much, it's a bit too much. And my problem was I didn't compare and contrast read. That's one approach I like to change in the coming research papers that I do in my future, is compare and contrast the sources, pick out when there's similar things, pick them out. I think when there's a contrasting opinion, compare them, write them in the research. That is something that I would like to change in my approach in the future. And that's about it. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You end a formal video with bye-bye and you start with hi and you both to the middle. That is how you get 20 out of 20 in the research video, everybody. So that was a good session, wasn't it? So generally speaking, I'm actually really proud of this video because I actually got 20 out of 20, but at the same time I just realized how much I actually bullshit through this entire video. And like the coat that you saw, it's this jacket. It's the same damn jacket I've been wearing for the past 10 videos. So I just put it like this way because I had my camera up so it didn't show the bottom, so I actually put it this way and I only took it up there. So pretty much it looks like a coat. My friends actually asked me why I have a coat, and I actually color graded it to the fact that it looks dark blue, and so it actually looks like that I'm actually wearing a coat. So pretty much the effects of Premiere Pro. At it again. So we've come to the end of the video. If you want to watch this video without any disturbances, which I'm not sure why you will, in the comment sections down below. And yeah, do give it a like, click subscribe, turn on those post notifications so that you don't miss any of my future videos, and share this with your friends. Until then, take care, stay at home, stay safe, and I'll probably come back with normal content next weekend. Until then, peace.